Have you ever wondered how sourdough bread became a staple in American cuisine? Well, our story begins in ancient Egypt, around 1500 BC. This is where we first find evidence of this tangy loaf. Fast forward a few millennia, and we find European settlers bringing this bread-making technique to American shores. The unique flavor of sourdough, combined with its hearty nature, made it an ideal food for their new life in the New World. So, the journey of sourdough bread in America started with the arrival of European settlers. The real popularity of sourdough bread in America started during the Gold Rush era. As thousands flocked to California in the mid-19th century, driven by dreams of striking it rich, they brought with them a culinary secret weapon, the sourdough starter. This was no ordinary ingredient. It was a reliable source of leavening, a lifeline in the rugged and remote mining camps. With little more than flour and water, miners could sustain the starter, feeding it regularly to keep it alive. It was a piece of home that they carried with them, a tangible connection to the life they had left behind. As they baked their bread in the harsh wilderness, the miners discovered something remarkable. The unique microclimate of San Francisco, with its cool temperatures and foggy air, gave birth to a distinctively tangy and robust flavor that we now associate with sourdough bread. This wasn't just survival food anymore. It was a taste sensation, spreading like wildfire across the mining camps. The miners might not have struck gold, but they had struck culinary gold. The San Francisco sourdough tradition was born. Bakers began to cultivate their own starters, each one a living testament to this unique time and place in American history. Sourdough bread became a symbol of the city, a culinary icon that endures to this day. Hence, the Gold Rush era marked the real beginning of the sourdough tradition in America. The World Wars had a significant impact on the consumption of sourdough bread in America. It was a time of rationing, scarcity, and a need for self-reliance. As wheat was allocated for the troops, many American households returned to the tradition of baking their own bread. Among the variety of breads, sourdough, with its simple ingredients and hearty nature, quickly gained popularity. The process of making sourdough became a staple in many homes. The tangy loaves, made from just flour, water, and thyme, were a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of the American people. This humble bread offered nourishment, comfort, and a sense of normalcy during tumultuous times. The World Wars, in a way, democratized the tradition of sourdough baking, taking it from the gold rush miners and bringing it into the homes of everyday Americans. Therefore, the World Wars played a major role in making sourdough bread a household staple in America. But the popularity of sourdough bread didn't always remain constant in America. In the mid-20th century, the rise of commercial yeast marked a decline in the popularity of sourdough bread. This was a time of efficiency and convenience. The post-war era saw a shift in the American culinary landscape, with the introduction of modern conveniences such as refrigerators, cake mixes, and yes, commercial yeast. Commercial yeast, with its predictability and speed, became the yeast of choice for most bakers. It offered a level of convenience and consistency that sourdough, with its long fermentation times and somewhat unpredictable nature, couldn't match. As a result, the art of sourdough baking gradually faded into the background, and for a while it seemed like sourdough bread might become a thing of the past. But as we all know, trends have a way of coming full circle. Fast forward to the dawn of the 21st century, and we see a resurgence of interest in sourdough bread. The trend of artisanal baking has swept across America, with bakers and food enthusiasts alike rediscovering the unique flavor and texture that only sourdough can provide. This revival was driven not just by a desire for better-tasting bread, but also by a renewed interest in traditional food preparation methods. In our fast-paced, convenience-driven world, the slow, careful process of making sourdough bread became a form of rebellion, a way to reconnect with our culinary roots. The internet played a huge role in this revival, with online communities and social media platforms becoming a hub for sharing recipes, techniques, and experiences. Today, sourdough bread is once again a beloved staple in American kitchens. Even amidst the hustle and bustle of modern life, people are taking the time to nurture their sourdough starters, to patiently wait for the dough to rise, to savor the crackle of a freshly baked loaf. Despite its ups and downs, sourdough bread has managed to reclaim its place in American kitchens. The story of sourdough bread is a testament to the enduring appeal of simple, wholesome food made with care and patience. It's a story that continues to unfold, one loaf at a time. Today, sourdough bread holds a special place in American cuisine. Its unique taste and texture have won the hearts of millions, making it a beloved staple in many households and bakeries across the country. In recent years, sourdough bread has taken center stage in the artisanal baking movement. This resurgence can be attributed to a growing appreciation for traditional baking methods and the pursuit of quality over convenience. In an era when everything is mass-produced and instant, sourdough bread stands as a testament to the beauty of patience and craftsmanship. Bakers, professional and amateur alike, take pride in nurturing their sourdough starters, a concoction of flour and water that ferments over time to give sourdough its characteristic tang. This process is a labor of love, requiring time, patience, and a keen understanding of the science behind fermentation. But the appeal of sourdough bread extends beyond its taste and the satisfaction of baking it from scratch. It's also recognized for its potential health benefits. Unlike breads made with commercial yeast, sourdough undergoes a fermentation process, which can make it easier to digest. Some studies suggest that sourdough bread can help regulate blood sugar levels, making it a preferable choice for those monitoring their glycemic intake. Additionally, the process of fermenting sourdough can help to break down the phytic acid found in wheat, thereby making the minerals more available for absorption by the body. As a result, many health-conscious individuals are turning to sourdough as a more nutrient-dense alternative to regular bread. In every corner of America, from bustling cities to tranquil countryside, you'll find bakeries boasting their own unique versions of this ancient bread. Each loaf tells a story of tradition, craftsmanship, and a deep respect for the art of baking. From the Gold Rush era to the present day, sourdough bread has truly made a mark in American history. As we slice into its crusty exterior and savor its tangy, chewy interior, we're not just enjoying a simple piece of bread. We're partaking in a rich, flavorful piece of America's culinary narrative.